Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working on a 15-minute makeup look. To start off, I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Soft Silk Primer and I'm going to apply that onto my hands just so the product can warm up a bit. And as you can see here, I am applying that all over the face, including the neck area. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly dab that product all over the face, making sure that I apply some onto the lids and also making sure that I get into those cracks right around the nose where I do tend to get very dry. That product is going to help keep it moisturized. Next, I'm going to take my Instant Retouch Concealer and apply that under the eyes and also on the eyelid. For the rest of the face, I'm going to take the Hydrating Longer Foundation from Fenty Beauty in shade 300 and just apply that all over my face, allowing some time in between for it to warm up. Now, as you can see here, I'm taking my M173 and I'm starting to blend in that concealer that I had applied on the eyelid. And once I'm done with the eyelid, I'm going under the eyes and also blending that concealer in. Using my M439, I'm going to take that brush and start blending the foundation in, making sure that we're dragging that foundation down to the neck, because whenever somebody does look at us, we want to make sure that it doesn't just look like we're wearing a mask. We want to make sure that everything is fully blended in, so just make sure to give that neck some foundation while we're blending the product in. For a smoother look, I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Precision Sponge and start blending in the foundation a bit more. To add some dimension to my skin, I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Cream Bronzer in shade Macchiato, and I'm going to start applying that product on the bottom of my chin. And as you can see here, I'm then going to transition onto my nose. And taking my E62, I'm just going to start contouring my nose, giving it a more snatched look. Since it is a cream bronzer, what I like to do is apply the product little by little, and as I'm contouring my nose, I do go back and start applying more product onto the brush, so that way we can start giving the nose more dimension. Taking my E4, we're going to start blending in the bronzer that we had initially applied onto our chin, making sure that we thoroughly blend in the product. Here, I'm just taking a bronzer powder and I'm going to start applying that over the cream contour just so we can set that off. Going back to my sponge again, what I'm doing here is just blending in the concealer one more time, because usually what tends to happen as you're working through your face, the product does start to crease up since it hasn't been set. So all I'm doing is just blending in those cracks that started to come up. So once we do go back and set it with some powder, it doesn't look super cakey. And I know blending can sometimes seem like an endless job, but just make sure that you continue to blend until you see no cracks, because that's what's really going to help set off the powder. Now here, as you can see, I'm picking up some blush. This blush is in color Wine, and I'm going to start applying that with my M405 all over my cheeks, dragging that onto where I will usually put contour. Since I'm not using any contour, I do like to drag the blush up just so it can give my face a little bit more dimension and of course more color. taking that wine blush, I started to apply that onto my nose just to give it a rosier look. And since the blush was a little bit too harsh, maybe I went a little bit too overboard, I started to blend that blush in just a little bit more. And in a bit, I'll show you guys a trick on how to diffuse it so it doesn't look too pink. Now here, I'm going to take my face brush, and using a face powder, I'm going to start to set off the foundation that we applied. Once we have set our face with powder, what I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to take that same face brush, and just like I said earlier guys, we're going to start diffusing that wine shade so it doesn't look too harsh on our cheeks. With my E48, I started to apply some blotting powder under the eyes and also on top of my eyelid, just to make sure that we lock in the concealer that we had applied earlier. Here, to finish off the eyes, I'm taking my Rocket Mascara by Maybelline, and I'm going to start apply that on top of my eyelashes and also on my under eyelashes. And of course, we can't forget the best part, highlighter. I'm going to take my M501 and I'm going to apply the Trophy Wife shade onto my nose, and I'm also going to drag that on top of my eyelid just so I can give it a little bit of shimmer up there. And going in circular motions, I'm going to apply that all over the side and on top of my cheeks. Same thing with the contour that we did earlier on our nose. Don't be afraid to go back and apply more highlighter if it is needed, because all it's going to do is just give you more of that natural glow that you're looking for. Now last but not least, I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Lip Balm in Latte Lips, and I'm going to apply that lip balm all over my lips. On that note guys, that is going to complete today's makeup look. Don't forget that if you're ever looking for something very easy to get you out the door very quickly, this is definitely a go-to makeup look that can also be used as an everyday look. Don't forget to let me know what you think of today's video in the comments, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. See you soon.